Okay, we are now recording. I can see a red dot for me. It's in the upper left-hand corner. You might notice that Teams creates a transcript. This is not an official transcript. I'm sure it's got many errors in it. They even warn you that it may be incorrect. So it will not be used for hearing purposes or for record purposes. It's just something that Teams automatically does. The official record is the video recording itself. There will be no transcript prepared. Right. Good morning. We're here today to hear the case of McKinney-Rice versus Columbia Savings and Loan, ERD case number CR 2023-01668. There is an EEOC number 26G 2023-01179. Today's date is Friday, October 11th, 2024, and the hearing is taking place by Microsoft Teams video conferencing software. My name is Calvin Fermin, and I'm the administrative law judge assigned to hear this matter. The hearing was set to begin at 8:30 a.m. It is now 8:37 a.m. I'd ask that the parties please state their appearances, beginning with the complainant. Sorry, did I hear you, Attorney Crane?
Yes, I was just nodding to Ms. McKinney-Rice that she is the complainant.
I apologize. I hit the wrong button. Carol McKinney-Rice.
Right. And you're present with your attorney?
Yes.
And then for the respondent?
Attorney Coral Plez appears on behalf of the respondent, Columbia Savings and Loan Association.
Thank you, everyone. All right. To summarize the procedural history in this case, I will note that the complaint was filed on June 6, 2023. There was initial determination of probable cause on November 21st, 2023. So the matter was certified for hearing on the merits to determine whether the respondent violated the Wisconsin Fair Employment Act by discriminating against the complainant in the terms or conditions of employment because of age. A pre-hearing conference was held with the parties on May 9th, 2024, setting a hearing date of October 11th, 2024, October 14th, 2024, and October 16th, 2024. Therefore, today is a hearing on the merits to determine whether the respondent violated the Wisconsin Fair Employment Act by discriminating against the complainant in the terms or conditions of employment because of age. The complainant bears the burden to prove that the unlawful discrimination occurred, and any remedies that are appropriate. The respondent will then have an opportunity to present its case. The opportunity to present rebuttal proof will be given to both parties. The parties have opted not to provide opening statements. We can address whether the parties request post-hearing briefs, or we'll do closing arguments later in the hearing. Any items we need to deal with before we begin the testimony?
Nothing from the respondent.
Nothing from the complainant.
All right, thank you. Attorney Crane, who's going to be the first witness for the complainant?
Yes, I will call Ms. Carol McKinney-Rice as our first witness.
All right, and she's already on the platform. Mr. McKinney-Rice, if you can raise your right hand. Thank you. Do you solemnly swear or affirm under penalty of perjury that the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
All right. You can lower your right hand, Attorney Crane.
Yes, sir.
You may go ahead with your questioning.
Okay, and I'm going to turn off my mic, and please alert me if you cannot hear me through Ms. McKinney-Rice's. I'm sitting about 10 feet away from her, so I believe with me being loud, you should be able to hear me.
Okay.
Ms. McKinney-Rice, where were you raised? Where did you spend your childhood?
So
Mostly in Milwaukee.
I'm gonna pause. I apologize.
Yes, I heard the echo as well.
Yeah. maybe if it's your volume, Attorney Crane, is down, because I'm assuming it's that audio is coming from your computer and then
Yes.
going to her microphone, is my guess.
Okay, I'm going to try that. So testing.
Yeah, now I don't hear any feedback.
Okay, much better. Okay.
If you could ask that question again, I apologize.
And could I just ask that if you just really try to speak up, Richard, because with the change that you just made, it's a little harder to hear you.
Okay, I want to be sure I'm heard. Yes, indeed. All right. Miss McKinney-Rice, where were you raised?
In Milwaukee, Wisconsin,
Okay. When did you graduate high school?
in 1980.
In 80. And did you attend college?
Yes.
Where did you attend college?
Dillard University in New Orleans, Louisiana,
What was your major?
business administration.
What were your career goals while you were in college when you were a young person?
To get a position related to business and management.
So not banking in particular, you were not interested in banking in particular, just broadly.
Correct.
Business and management. Okay. Allow us to offer, we offer exhibit CA, which is ERD 016.
All right, 1 second. Okay.
Does this show up as sharing?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I will concede that this is a very poor quality copy. Ms. McKinney-Rice, is this a true and accurate, even if blurry, copy of your diploma?
Yes.
Okay. What year did you graduate?
In 1985.
In 1985. Ms. McKinney-Rice, did you pursue a graduate degree?
Yes.
Okay. We present exhibit C9, or we offer exhibit C9 ERD number 17. This is a little less blurry, but blurry nonetheless. Ms. McKinney-Rice, is this a true and accurate copy of your diploma from Cardinal Stritch University?
Yes.
Okay. And while it's visible, what was your degree?
A Master of Science in Business Management.
Okay. Did you do a thesis or project?
Yes. My thesis was on Columbia Savings and Loan.
Okay. If I may ask you to be more specific, what in particular did you research, write about in that thesis regarding Columbia?
The history of Columbia Savings, its impact on the community, and the strategies for upgrading the association.
Okay. What year did you receive this Master of Science?
2010.
2010. Would it be accurate to say that your master's thesis reflected your deep commitment to Columbia Savings and Loan?
Yes.
Would it be accurate to say that you would be something of a historian of Columbia Savings and Loan?
Yes.
Okay, we offer now exhibit C10 ERD number 20. Ms. McKinney-Rice, do you recognize this document?
Yes.
What is this document?
It's a certification indicating that I had completed a course of study in BSA, Bank Secrecy Act, and anti-money laundering through the Community Banker University.
Okay. And now we will offer complainants Exhibit 11, ERD number 22. And Ms. McKinney-Rice, do you recognize this document?
Yes,
What is this document? You would identify it?
it's the certification that I was had completed the coursework to become a certified BSA AML professional.
Okay. Why did you undergo this training?
Because I was looking to move more into compliance with the association.
What did this training, you might say, authorize, equip, prepare you to do that you could not do before?
It prepared me and gave me more knowledge about what the association's role was in the compliance in the areas of bank secrecy, anti-money laundering, and being able to be in compliance with federal and state regulations where banking is concerned with BSA and AML.
Did you undergo this training at the urging of your supervisor?
Actually, it was something I had requested to do because I had been working on BSA activities with the association for quite some time, but I felt that I needed additional training, and it was agreed because I was being asked to be the compliance officer for the association.
Okay. And becoming a compliance officer, was that taking on then a new responsibility, a new duty?
Yes, and more in depth.
Okay. Let me see. And did you undergo this training in response to some of the challenges and struggles of Columbia Savings and Loan in relationship to federal regulators?
Yes.
I'm going to stop sharing at least temporarily here. Is everything fine with the vocals? You're not getting the echo?
It's okay on my end, attorney, please. Is the audio okay for you?
I believe I hear it worse than others because I'm in the room with two computers. So I just wanted to make sure you were not getting the echo that I'm getting. Okay.
And for me, the audio stopped. Everything stopped. It paused for about 5 seconds.
Right. I did not have a pause. Do you feel like you missed something? Or was it during his asking about the quality?
I didn't hear him ask about the quality, so I
Okay.
think I heard up to that point.
Okay. All right. I think we'll continue. Attorney, please, if you do have some issues, obviously you can jump in and say that you have
Is
some
there
issues with
anything
the
I
audio.
needed to repeat for Attorney Quest for when her technology went?
I'm not sure what you asked, Richard. I could barely hear.
Okay. I was asking if you missed anything crucial that you would like us to repeat.
I don't believe so. You're talking about background information, so I think I'm okay. I'll jump in sooner if it pauses again like that.
Okay. Ms. McKinney-Rice, when were you hired by Columbia Savings and Loan?
In November of 1986.
How did you acquire this position?
I had known the founder, Mrs. Halyard, and it was brought to my attention that they were looking for a bookkeeper. And so I applied for the position.
And I believe you answered my next question, but I'll ask anyway. What was your job title then? Or what was the position for which you were initially hired?
Bookkeeper.
What were your duties as a bookkeeper?
As the bookkeeper, I reconciled the bank statements, entered entries in the general ledger, assisted with making sure that the association accounts, not bank accounts, but the various types of account types were in balance to the general ledger. I worked on payroll and other duties as assigned. So it's been quite a while, but.
Who was your supervisor while you were a bookkeeper, or supervisors in the plural?
Thalia B. Winfield. That's Thalia.
Did you receive feedback about the quality of your work?
As far as I know, the feedback I received was that I was doing the job well. I did not have any issues with my work. My work was completed when it was supposed to be. So that was pretty much it.
How long were you in the position of bookkeeper?
It's kind of hard to remember, but I was, they brought on someone who was actually an accountant or had an accounting degree. And so I was promoted to operations supervisor, where I managed the tellers, the vault, and I did still do some of the work with the making sure that the account types were balanced. And so there were various other things. I managed the direct deposits, CD renewals, working with our clients that had jumbo accounts. So it was a number of things, and since I don't have my resume in front of me, and it's been a while, but yeah, so I was quite involved with many areas of the bank. I also worked with the loan department, doing the delinquent mortgage report, sending out delinquent notices to customers. So I worked in a number of areas.
Who was your supervisor or supervisors in this position?
Okay. Initially, again, it was Thalia Winfield, and upon her retirement, George Gary assumed the role of president, and he became my supervisor.
Can I get a spelling of that last name? I apologize. If you know.
I'm sorry?
Can I get a spelling of that last name? George.
Or for George Gary?
Gary? Is it Carey? C-A-R-E-Y?
Gary, G-A-R-Y.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And how long were you in the position of operations supervisor?
I believe until 97. kind of hard to say, but I believe it was until about 97.
And did you transition or were you promoted to another position after you were operations supervisor?
Yes, then I was promoted to vice president of operations.
Was this the position you held until your administrative leave in December 2022?
Correct.
And what were your duties as vice president of operations?
So I retained many of the duties that I had as operations supervisor, maintaining the vault, supervising the tellers. Mostly the additional duties were compliance, working with our data center. I was the liaison for them, as well as our IT. I worked very closely with our correspondent bank, BMO Harris, in working on trying to upgrade some of the processes that we had. So the compliance was added. So, I was very familiar with the BSA practices of the association. And I also prepared the policies and procedures for our compliance, and actually many other policies that we had at Columbia.
Did you supervise employees in this role?
Yes.
How many employees did you supervise?
I supervised the tellers.
And who were the tellers at the end of your employment with Columbia when you were placed on administrative leave? If I were to say December 1st, 2022, who were you supervising at that point?
Rachel Barney and Monica Waddy.
And what were their duties?
Their duties were tellers. They, process customer transactions, open new accounts, and kind of other duties as assigned.
So what would you identify as your major accomplishments while you were an employee at Columbia Savings and Loan through the years?
Okay. I would say working with getting the direct deposits. I had been working on that at the time of my administrative leave, getting us working with FPS Gold. I actually traveled to Utah to review the program before we actually implemented it. And so I was part of the implementation team to transition from a previous data center. And so I was instrumental in setting up our system with FPS Gold. And I had been working on trying to upgrade what we had been using with FPS Gold, because they had a lot of products that we could use, but we were not utilizing them to their fullest. I was also working on organizing some of the documents that the association had and getting them filed electronically so that we, wouldn't have to continue to accumulate a lot of paper.
Through the years, were you occasionally asked to take on more duties than your job description, whether we're speaking of the years you were bookkeeper, operations supervisor, or vice president of operations?
Yes.
Can you remember specific additional duties that you willingly took on through the years in any of these roles?
Can I just ask to be more specific in terms of when you're talking?
Okay, let me simply limit the time to the years you were vice president of operations, beginning approximately. Did you begin in that role in approximately 1997?
Yes.
Okay. From 1997 through 2022, were you asked occasionally to take on extra duties?
Yes.
Can you specify what those requests were?
Probably doing more with compliance. Those things were added on. It's kind of hard to say because things kind of blur together. You just get in and do things, and they're asked of you to do. And I've always been one to, help out wherever I was needed. So.
Now, Ms. McKinney-Rice, did you receive any disciplinary actions from Columbia Savings and Loan prior to 2022?
No, I had been given a notice about being tardy, but there was no disciplinary actions ever taken against me.
Okay. Now, allow me to present. Give me just a minute to get this exhibit. Allow me to present Respondents Exhibit 6. And I would like to begin with ERD 608. Respondents Exhibit 6 is identified as your personnel file. So allow me to scroll down to 608. I may have to enlarge this. Is this visible on your screen, Ms. McKinney-Rice?
Yes.
Okay. Now this first one is sideways, and I'm not certain how to flip it.
So on my, I don't know what
do you
version of,
recognize this document?
Yes.
I'll jump in,
What is the
Attorney Crane,
document?
if you don't mind. I don't know if, oh, you're using a Mac. So I believe on the top there, maybe that square with an arrow pointing left. If you hit That
All
that one.
right.
What does that do? Now do it a couple more
Well,
times.
there we go.
Okay, thank you.
Good. Old guys in technology. Okay. Ms. McKinney-Rice, do you recognize this document?
Yes.
What is the date?
January 3rd, 2005.
And for what were you reported?
I arrived late to work.
Now I have scrolled up, still within Respondents Exhibit 6 to ERD number 607. And we have two absentee late reports. What is the date of the first absentee late report?
January 4th, 2005.
Okay.
And the second is January 7th, 2005.
Okay. And one of these, let me ask, what is the distinction between the one on January 4th and January 7th in terms of being late?
The January 7th, I had taken my son to the doctor.
And was that identified as an excused absence?
Yes.
And January 4th, was that identified as an unexcused absence?
Yes.
So I will scroll up to ERD number 606. And you have two more days in which you were late. What were those dates?
January 11th and 10th.
Okay. And was one excused?
Yes.
What were the circumstances of the excused absence?
Mm. Actually, I don't recall, and I don't see anything.
Then if we scroll up to ERD, well, before I do that, it's clear you had a very rough month in January of 2005.
Yeah.
What were the circumstances that accounted for this rash of tardiness?
I I honestly can't recall at this time.
So January was simply a very bad month
Yes.
of 2005. And I believe we have two more dates. I will scroll up to ERD 605. And what is the date on the absentee late report?
March 8th, 2005. March 8th, 2005.
March 8th, 2005, yes.
And that too, it says unexcused late.
Now, I will scroll up within the same exhibit. You'll notice this is also the 3/8 absentee late report, not an additional late report. Okay, now I am at ERD 579. And do you recognize this document, Ms. McKinney-Rice?
Yes.
Okay. And what is this document?
It's a warning report,
Okay. And what is our date on the document?
March 3rd, 2005.
Okay. Now, you received this warning, but would it be accurate to say that there were no more instances of tardiness for which you received any warnings or tardy reports beyond 2005?
I believe that is correct.
Yes. And within Respondents Exhibit 6, there are no other warning reports pertaining to tardiness.
That is my belief.
Okay. Now, allow me to scroll down to ERD 588, still within Respondents Exhibit 6. And Ms. McKinney-Rice, do you recognize this document?
Yes.
And what is the date on this document?
October 28th, 2009.
I will ask you to do math. There's the joke that lawyers are people who are trying to avoid math, but someone who goes into business is probably more adept at math than those of us who are lawyers. How many years prior to the end of your employment was October 28th, 2009?
Let's see. A good almost 20 years.
Well, 2009 to 2022.
2009 to 2022.
How many
Oh.
years?
Yeah, I don't do math.
You're supposed to be the math person.
No,
Not me.
no. But yeah, so it's about 13 years.
13 years.
And was this a disciplinary write-up?
Actually, I don't recall. I recognize this, and so I don't recall, but I think from what I recall from this document, that he did want to talk to me, but it was probably that, I did not respond as early as he thought I should have.
And did you and Mr. Geary arrive at a positive resolution after the conversation?
I would think so. Because whatever it was, it did not cause my termination.
And I will note as I scroll through the Ms. McKinney-Rice's employment file that this is a duplicate these are duplicates of the same date. And allow me to scroll down to ERD 597. And Ms. McKinney-Rice, do you recognize this document?
Yes.
And what is the date on the document?
July 7, 2020.
And let's see. can you describe what occurred that led Mr. Gary to write the memo, inter-office memo that is on the top half of the page?
There was a wooden cabinet that I had indicated that I needed a place to put another piece of office equipment. And actually our IT person had, he saw a cabinet upstairs and moved it downstairs, thinking that he was helping me. And so Mr. Gary thought that I had taken it upon myself to move this cabinet. And so he, was letting me know that that was not supposed to, that it should not have been moved because there was an older copier sitting on it in another area of the building. And so I was letting Mr. Gary know that I did not move that cabinet, and that someone else had moved the cabinet, and that if it was necessary for it to go back to where it came from, that was fine by me.
And did this resolve the perceived conflict or conflict?
Yes.
Okay. So if I am reading your employment file correctly, let me stop sharing. Well, first allow me to lay a bit of a foundation, and I'll have to ask you to do math once more.
Okay.
How many years did you work at Columbia Savings and Loan?
36 years.
Okay. Prior to the final incident on December 7th, 2022, would it be accurate to say that these are the only, you might say, indications of any either disciplinary action within your employment file?
Yes.
Okay. So in 36 years.